All right, welcome back, everybody. Anybody that's new here, thanks for joining me today. This is going to be a goofy one. So if you look right out there, there's a boat. Just anybody that's new here or hasn't seen any of my other videos in this series, I have a bunch together in this playlist. By the time I have you guys see this, there'll be some other ones out. But I have a boat. I will link in the description below. This is a funny thing. So this guy I'm working with basically is helping me out. I'm still paying for it, but I got a good discount, and basically it's to help him out too. He's a small business in Wisconsin, up in the North Woods, and he offers this boat and I think 5 or 6 other ones. So if you guys are looking for boat rentals in the Northwoods, I highly recommend him. I've been using them for years here. And the one I'm running right now, if you guys are interested, because I'm not going to use it at this moment, I'll get to that in a second, is a Lund 1660. I think it's a 100th anniversary edition, but it's got a 75 horse and it's a full windshield. So it's a good little boat. Rips around all these lakes up here just fine, gets in and out, runs in really shallow water. All the good things that you want. So I'll link them in the description below. If you guys do happen to come up and rent one of those, just mention DWS Outdoors. I'd appreciate that. You don't have to, but it'd be nice if you did. So the one thing here is, if you guys can see, so I'm at like a little dead-end creek off of a main, well, not creek, like an offshoot, like a bay, off of a main lake. And the thing is I was about to go out crappie fishing to get some crappie to do a catch and cook. And I looked over and I saw some crappie on the side bank, and there's some lily pads to the left that have just recently come up because it was cold. And usually in the spring around here, crappie will hang around lily pads and shallow water. So I'm going to take some minnows and some artificials that look like minnows, some plastics, and I'm going to see if I can just stick a couple right out here instead of having to drive all the way across the lake with the boat, which I'm still probably going to do, but I am going to do a catch and cook. So if I get a couple crappie, I'm going to keep them, and I'm going to show you guys a different way of cooking things, especially when you're on vacation. I don't necessarily want to eat a bunch of fried food when I'm on vacation because I've already done that. So next thing you see, hopefully, is me sticking a couple good-sized crappie.
Okay, I can't get these guys to bite. There was a bunch of them right here in this corner, but they're not doing much for moving towards your bait. Every time I cast in there, they run away. I can literally see like 5 of them. And that's what's bugging me. I don't want to stick around and waste a bunch of time here, though, if I can't get them to bite.
All right, so yeah, I'm giving up on this little area I got back in here. There's some fish swimming around in here, and like I'm actually see that little dot right there? That's actually the back of a bluegill sunning itself. So I might have to try some bluegills here tomorrow. That might be a first in a long time, because this lake used to have big bluegills in it, but they got like butchered. So I try to leave them alone. Too many people take them home. You guys can do whatever you want within the state's limits, but this lake got destroyed. It's kind of not funny because it used to have 10-inch just chunk bluegills, and then I kept coming up here, and I never really kept them, but apparently lots and lots of people do. People yell at me every time I come up here. They're like, don't fill your freezer with bluegills like everybody else. And I've never been one to do that. If you guys know me, you know I don't do that. But crappie, being the prolific spawners that they are, I will keep a good number of those guys if I can find them. Hopefully they're in the same spot they were a couple videos ago. That was the other day, and it was sunnier with them. They were up on a flat, and it was much earlier than the day. I don't have very much time left today, but I'm gonna quit talking. I'm just gonna rip on this boat. Like I said, I'll link the boat in the description below if you guys want to come up into the North Woods of Wisconsin and rent it yourself. But yeah, keep your fingers crossed. The next thing you see is me sticking some crappie, because it's been a long day. I mean, it's been a good day, but it's been a long day.
Right. Well, so see where the weeds end? We were way back there. I'm just trying to see if there's anything along here.
Yeah, now you're at 5.3.
Right. There. Yeah, nice one. Don't break the line.
Oh, wow. That's a really nice one.
Open the box next to you. We'll keep 5 of these. And then we'll play. Oh, they might have just pushed further that way. Is that where you're guessing?
No, it's not a guess. Maybe when I have alarm set, or reminder set.
Got one. Way out there. That's a really big one. Please don't pull off. Yep. Stand up. Just set your rod down. Come on. It's right here. It's already here. It's already here. They pull off right here.
I got it.
Yay! She got him. Yeah, this one was further down. Like I had a long cast. It's 2. Oh, I didn't get this one to film. Apparently my GoPro was off. But I'm 3 in the box to Hootie. What?
You didn't catch it on video.
Right, that could have been your fish. It wasn't, everyone. It was my fish. Hootie's got to catch up. She's had 3 chances. Here we go. Bigger. That's why you don't do that. Did you see what I did? So I was reeling him and he was going that way and I went against him. So when you turn the hook over in their mouth, then they get away. Get him, set it. Oh, reel, he's on there, Jen. Slacking one. What is that? Is that a crappie? Remember, don't reel all the way up. Keep reeling, keep reeling. Lift the rod up. Just lift the rod. That's all you gotta do. He's still too small, I think. But he ate the minnow. You caught a fish?
Yeah.
No Hootie skunk. I don't know if that was a bite or a fish like tackling your minnow or what. Oh, there he is. Gotta keep him down. This guy came back. Oh, that's a big one. Thing is, I don't need you waving the net in the air and everybody coming over here. Gotta be incognito when there's fish hawks around. You open that? Yeah, it's another 10 and a half inch eater. Is that 4? Don't pull on it. Fish, fish, fish. Reel, set. That's a horrible set, but hopefully you get this fish in because then we can go.
Get the net out, please. There.
Oh my god, that's a perch.
Little one. Get the net for that guy.
I can't believe I just netted a 4-inch perch. Big ones.
Yeah, he's here.
That is not an eater. We are not going. I got one more cast in me out there. The bugs have broken me, Hootie.
Saying a lot about the bugs then.
Yeah. They've got powers nobody else has.
Yes.
Yeah, there's only one thing in the world that'll get me to stop fishing. Lots of bugs. They even screwed up my cast. I was going to cast further out there. Hopefully.
And grab one thing. And I think it's like, oh, no,
Right.
this one's open, but not that.
The water is dark here. So as it gets darker like this, sometimes they don't bite like that. Although I had that one really good crappie bite out on the main lake close to where we're at. Like I went looking for the walleye the one night, and the crappie were post spawn, so they were out on that weed line. And I got them all the way up till dark. I mean, I didn't even keep any. I just caught so many of them. Oh, there's a bite. That's a good fish. What is that? Is that a big crappie? Yay! I'll take it. 6 fish.
End of the day.
That's what I needed. So I think I'll keep that guy.
All right, guys. So we got, I think, 5 or 6 of them. That's all we need. We're gonna go back. Next thing you'll see is us at the cabin. I'm just gonna show you guys how I'm prepping them and putting them together, and yeah, enjoying a nice little sunset out on the lake. Now, time to eat. All right, guys. It's actually the next day. We got back a little bit late. We were gonna do food for that, or eat the crappie last night, and then we ended up coming home a little bit late, so we just got some food. But I'm going to do this for lunch right now. I was just going to show you guys, so you don't really have to, like, we kept 5. I actually had 6. I let one of them go because it was a big fat female. She was ready to spawn, so I just let her go. But for 5 of them, so if you bleed them out, so that's something that I didn't say to do, but I throw them in the live well and bleed them out. You get nice white fillets. I threw them in ice water overnight is what you do. Add a little bit of salt. You're not trying to get them brined, so don't do like tons of salt. If you guys know what pickling fish is like, you don't add tons of it, but just enough to get them to firm up overnight. And then, so I'm gonna take those 5, and this is I'm trying to show you guys this, so like if you're up north or if you're on vacation, you're catching some fish and you just want to make something really quick. I already did it, so I toasted some bread. I'm gonna make some sandwiches. I'm gonna do the garlic jalapeno seasoning today. It's just a simple, all kind of encompassing seasoning, but I'll list this in the description below for you guys. It's really good. I'll also list a couple of the other ones that I use for my sandwiches. So you take the fish that I have in the bowl. All you got to do is take some butter. So you should be able to see that. Take some butter, throw it in a pot or a pan of any kind. Big enough, obviously, for the 5 fillets, and you want to be able to cook it down fairly easily. So, I mean, medium, moderate heat. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible for you guys. So heat up the butter. Once it's at temperature and it's melting a little bit, basically sizzling, throw the fish in there, and I'm gonna cook down the fish and season them. So as I'm cooking them down, I add a little bit of the seasoning. So pour a little bit of this on there, and I'm gonna show you guys the after, like just so we're not walking through this whole process again. But once everything's cooked down, I'm just gonna take a spatula and chop everything up in the pan. And normally I would like pour this out on like a separate bowl or a pot or something like that, or a plate, and mix everything up there. But I'm just going to use the pan today. And for those of you guys that don't like Miracle Whip, find another sauce substitute. You could use honey mustard or something like that. But I'm going to do like a tablespoon of Miracle Whip, some sweet relish, and then I'm going to squeeze out half an onion, just the juices into it, and I believe that was it. So just mix that all up, and then basically, if you've ever made like tuna fish sandwiches or something like that, it's basically the same concept. So I'm gonna do the cooking and stuff like that. I'll get it all mixed up, and I'll show you when I put it on the sandwich what it should look like. I might actually show you what the fish should look like too, so stay tuned.
Okay, so hopefully you guys can understand the white coloring. When they start getting a little flaky, you see the little splits. I flip them over, so I already did that. Now I'm letting the other side cook through. And then once this stuff starts splitting open on its own, I'm gonna chop it all up into little tiny pieces. And right before I do that, that's when I'm gonna season it with that. Just so you guys know. Okay, so when it's done, it should look like that. So like I said, I seasoned it before I chopped it all up, mixed it around, made sure everything's fully cooked through. I turned the heat off now. I'm gonna let it sit, and then I'm gonna do Miracle Whip, sweet relish, lemon. But then actually, we have homemade bread and butter pickles. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that juice to it. So if you have like bread and butter pickles or something like that, some kind of pickle juice, pour just a little bit of it in there to help flavor it. Okay, so that's as simple as it is. That's the finished product. I pre-toasted these so they're not like hot. That's a little bit warm, but it still tastes good that way. And then, so that's 2 big sandwiches. There's still plenty for like 2 more sandwiches, and that was only 5 crappie fillets, so keep it simple.
All right, guys. So that was my first catch and cook of the year. Hopefully, you guys give that a try. Fish sandwiches are always good, but they're even better when you do them this way because you can kind of flavor them any way you want. And like I said, if you don't like Miracle Whip, you can use mayonnaise. If you don't like mayonnaise or Miracle Whip, you can use a mustard or something like that. But the key here is it's really simple. You just get them pan fried basically and season them however you want the main flavor of the whole thing to go. Today it was just was a jalapeno seasoning or whatever, and that's a really good one. And then like I said before, if you happen to have some fresh bread and butter pickles laying around, pour some of the sauce in there, it'll taste even better. Because what you end up with, what I'm going to end up with is a sweet and spicy, which I really like. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, little 2-parter, and yeah, get out there and do some catch cooks yourself. But otherwise, like I said before, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Obviously, if you're not new here, you know what's up. But if you are new, could you please just remember to